Okay, so we've been back a few minutes now. We've stretched our legs. We're going to crack on. Alison's speeding ahead now. You know, I thought I was going to win the race today, but she's really pushed on. So yeah, we're going to spend a bit longer in this view and try and finish these paintings off. We're talking about sort of exposing your work, and you know, the internet makes it incredibly easy to show the world your art. How do you handle that?
I like to think that I'm a horribly positive person, so I will try and turn anything that comes my way that I might feel a bit wounded about.
Yeah.
When it sort of first gets fired at you, I will try and look at it slightly more devil's advocate and think, oh, you know, why has someone said that, or you know, what point are they trying to make? They're just not making it very well. So I will try and turn it on its head all the time. I mean, you stick your artwork out for the public to view, you are always going to get positive and negative. You just hope that it's
Absolutely.
more positive than the other.
And in the digital age, you know, it's as easy as just commenting on something, isn't it? So
and it's faceless, you know.
It's easier for people to say things that they perhaps wouldn't say to your face online.
I mean, my career is greatly advanced by social media, and there are lots of plus points to it, but you have to take the negative, and people like to make judgments or things, and as somebody said to me once, the internet is no place for praise. So that's my mantra.
You actually went sort of back into education as well recently. How was that experience?
Different.
Yeah.
Going back to education, it took me a while to get back into the swing of learning again. A lot of the stuff I did for my degree, certainly my final year, and my last piece was based on my family history. And a lot of the stuff that I researched to do with that, so it was all based on a series of letters, and the letters are held in the National Maritime Museum.
How great.
And it was 1805, it was about 3 months before the Battle of Trafalgar.
Yeah.
And these letters, they read like a Jane Austen novel. They're absolutely incredible. There's a particular passage in one of the letters that describes her sailing past the coast of Dorset. And you know, it comes back to those things I was saying before about including text in my work.
So would you include text from some of those letters, for example, in your work?
Yes. I have done, and some of the work that I've done collaboratively with other artists, we've used passages from the letters, or I've used images from the letters and used those images in things like that. A great way
of linking, you know,
yes,
your
and
history and the history of the area.
It's made it very personal.
That's fantastic.
It's been really good fun to do, and lovely that it is so personal, that to be able to incorporate it into my artwork has kind of given a bit of a lasting feel to it.
Well, I think I'm getting to the point where I'm going to sort of call it a day. Have you?
Yeah, me too, definitely.
Yeah, sort of. I think we've had a good crack, and it's never good to go on, you know, too far, is it?
Absolutely not.
And you can usually tell when we're nearly finished because the camera guys start disappearing and doing arty stuff. So actually, you can come out of the bush now, David, because we're nearly done. Okay, I know you like those leaf shots, but we've about finished here, haven't we?
Yes.
So I think a job well done, and it's probably time to go and grab a bite to eat, and you can show me around a bit more.
It'd be a pleasure.
I suppose I'd actually better have a look at what you've done after, you know, you inviting me out here. Wow, okay, great. I love this effect at the bottom. So how have you, that's the text that you put on first?
Yes, yeah, I put the collage papers down first, and then just as a bit of a finishing flourish for the foreground, because I do like the foreground to have some sort of meaty texture, I've just sprinkled some of the Brusho powders into the foreground, which split into all these colours.
The way you've dealt with the sky, you've brought something out that it wasn't necessarily there today, and I think that's helped. I think yours has got a nice kind of volume to it and a nice depth. So
thank you.
Well done.
Thank
Pat
you
on
very
the back. Right, we'll get packed then.
Definitely.
Well, that was a good morning's painting, I think,
definitely.
overall. Very pleased with the results. And this is all part of the farm.
Yes,
then?
This is the main part of the farm. We're walking towards the yard now, and I've got a couple of things to show you up in the farmyard. So, do you fancy joining me?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, would you like to come and meet my sister-in-law? This is Mandy.
Yeah, hello, nice to meet you, Fraser.
This is the engine shed. Well, we've got old tractors and vehicles in here. So
okay, yes, very mysterious.
Come on in.
Ooh, this looks like a boy's paradise, doesn't it?
Yes, well this is #1 shed of my husband's collection.
Yeah.
He collects these old tractors and various old vehicles.
This is beauty.
Yes, this is a Model T Ford, which dates back to 1919.
Wow.
And it's quite in keeping. It goes with the steam engines. They've got some ploughing engines, and it's when they go round to the local shows or doing their ploughing, then the Model T goes
sort of
as well.
escort.
That's right.
And obviously some love and attention gone into bringing this, you know, up to spec.
Yeah, it's quite a you know, an eye opener. We took it down the pub last week for a ride out round, and
and you say this goes out with the engines.
Yes.
Is that other than what's in here? You've got more.
well, yes, you can come on out to the next shed at the farm
Okay.
and to see the steam engines.
Okay. Wow. So they were just the baby engines in the other
These
shed.
are the main steam engines.
The main attractions. Fantastic. Look at this.
Yeah, well, this one is a Marshall, and it's called Ben Lomond. This is the newest one to our acquisition, and we've not had it very long. This one dates back to 1915, and I think it was used years ago on the farms for sort of more general use for thrashing or any of the farm jobs that they had. They take a lot of polishing with all the lamps, and obviously when you take them to the various shows, local shows and things, it's
you got to get them looking.
Yes, exactly. They all have to
well
be all
dressed.
polished up.
Yeah.
Everybody's there looking.
Yeah,
and,
I bet the enthusiasts would spot if
exactly.
you
So they all have to be polished up.
So this is obviously a pretty busy place a lot of the time then, and it must keep you busy as well.
Yes, it does keep me busy, but I have another place that
more.
I work. There is more. I have another place that I work as well, which is a place called Walford Mill Crafts. It's a contemporary craft centre. And would you like to come and check that out with me?
Yes, I think we should go and have a look at that.
Okay, fantastic.
Brilliant. Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much for showing us
No
around.
problem,
It's been
you're welcome.
great to learn about what goes on here at the farm, and I hope you have every success in all your future steam events and keeping these beautiful machines in good nick and well polished.
Bye
Let's go and have a look at the mill. So this is the mill you were telling me about.
Yes, this
where
is.
you're busy as well.
That's right. Yeah, this is Walford Mill Crafts, and here we aim to promote and educate people about contemporary craft.
So more craft than sort of two-dimensional art as such?
Yes, although we do have printmakers here as well.
Yeah.
That's part of what we do.
Incorporating a bit of everything. Well, I'll let you lead the way.
Thank you. So this is our gallery space, and we have between 6 and 7 displays in here every year. The gallery space that we're in now is actually a new addition, but if you want to come through to the older part of the building and see the rest of the mill.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, come with me. So the mill's got many layers to it, and we've got some mezzanine spaces as well.
Okay, great.
And please do go on up.
Hey. Okay.
So yeah, there's the mill race.
Yeah, that's cool.
Pretty low at the moment, and we do have otters that come and visit occasionally as well. They can sometimes be seen down there. Well, we tend to see what they leave behind rather than
Oh, really? Oh,
them
well,
themselves.
that's really nice.
So yeah, the odd fish head and bits and pieces like that.
Otter deposits.
But yeah, do go on through.
Thank you. Duck down low.
Yep. Okay, so here's Debbie. She's our resident silk
Hi,
weaver
nice to meet you.
at the mill, and has been here longer than any of us.
Yeah.
Weaving away.
Do they let you out? Are you sort of locked up here?
There is a fold down bed.
It's very snug and cosy, isn't it?
It is.
And this looks incredibly, well, it looks very complex to me. I'm sure you're a dab hand, but...
It's actually a really lovely straightforward loom.
Yeah.
It's actually called a Harris loom, so
Yeah.
it's what Harris tweeds are woven on. And I've just gradually adapted it so that I can weave really, really fine silk on it. But I also do weave with paper, which is where the work with Alison comes in.
How would that come about? Who instigates these projects?
Well, Debbie is very good at coming up with ideas, and she's also very good at snaffling work of mine straight out of the studio.
Oh, okay.
And going through sometimes what I call my reject bin,
Yes.
and then reappropriating it and making beautiful work out of it. And that's really where it started. But we have worked on some pieces together. The piece that we've got in the centre there is a piece of some of my hand-dyed paper.
Yes, I sort of recognise some of those marks
Yes.
behind it.
Completely
Yeah.
reversible as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, they've been painted on both sides, which Debbie has then cut up and then woven back through her very fine silk. And Debbie and I have a mutual love of a particular band and some of the song lyrics from
Yes, I was just
their
going to say the
songs.
text. So what's the lyric there?
This is to the night and its stars, to be here and now and who we are.
Elbow.
That's very good. Well done.
Excellent.
Well, there we
The
are.
elbow group.
We've all got good taste, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Maybe us three should collaborate. We don't want you to have too much human contact, so I guess we'd better go and head home after our full day's work.
Yes,
and,
definitely. We'll let Debbie get on.
Yes.
Lovely.
But pleasure to meet you,
Very
and
nice
thank
to
you very
meet
much
you as
for
well.
telling
Not
me
at
about your
all.
practice.
Not at all.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Deb.
Thanks very much.
Surely we're done for the day. Is there anywhere else you want to show me before we disappear?
Well, you are in my hometown, and when you did come into the studio this morning, I think you saw a painting that was underway on my desk.
I did,
Of
yes.
a church doorway.
Yeah, I remember.
So yes, so that's the church that's in my hometown, which is Wimborne Minster.
Yeah.
And I'd love to take you and show you the door that I painted that from.
Okay, yes, let's go and
Okay,
have a look at the
all
church.
right.
So this is the door you were telling me about then?
Yes, this is the door to St George's Chapel, one of the prettiest parts of the Minster.
And apart from this door, have you painted the sort of whole Minster, or do you prefer to sort of zoom in on
I
places?
have painted the whole Minster before, but it's quite a difficult building to paint.
Yeah.
And of course I prefer to zoom in on the texture of something or
Yes.
just a little aspect of the architecture, something like that.
And do you find, I mean, I know sort of working in the landscape, you can sort of play around with washes and colours bleeding into each other quite a lot, but when you get sort of architecture and straight lines and the like, is it more difficult to work in the way that you do? Or?
I try to play one off against the other, so I will put in the features that I think are really important to the subject matter so that it's
Yeah.
very recognisably that subject. But then I'll play about with the stonework, so I'll look at the texture of the stone and I'll play about with my textures that way.
Okay.
And then hopefully it will still be recognisable as the door, but my interpretation of it.
Well, this has obviously been a really inspirational place for you as well, as sort of apart from the mill and the farm and the steam engines
And everything
you know,
else.
and all the other things that keep you busy. I'd love to stay and chat all day, but I guess sooner or later we're going to have to go our separate ways. But I think it's been a fantastic day. Thank you so much for showing me around.
It's
I've
been
had
a
whale of
complete
time.
pleasure.
Got some good work done, and hopefully haven't bored the pants off you and you've enjoyed it as
Absolutely
well.
not, it's been great.
Great.
Thank you.